Hi guys, so I'm doing this fun prom look. It's like a rosy gold tone, and I think this would be perfect for prom. You can do any lip color. I just did pink because I really like a really nude pink like the one I chose. And then for my eyes, I did like a rosy gold tone. So if you're interested in how I got this look, then please keep watching.
So I always like to start off with priming my eyes with the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. It's my favorite way to prime. After that, I like to set the primer with the Airspun Loose Face Powder. And this is just to help the eyeshadow blend much more quicker and easier. I'm going to use the Hidden Treasure palette. You don't have to use this palette if you don't have it. You can just substitute the colors I'm going to use. And I will be using two colors from this palette. This brown orange shade called Locket and this brown called Key. You can substitute both of these colors. Just use a different color that's similar to this color and another brown that's similar to that color. Just make sure the brown isn't too dark. And then I'm going to use this Sigma E40 brush. And I'm going to start off with that brown orange color called Locket. And this is going to act as my transition shade. I'm going to dip my brush twice. And that's just because I really want the saturation to really show. And then I'm going to apply the same amount to the other eye. So remember, I dipped into it twice, so I'm going to dip into it twice for this eye as well so that the saturation is the same. You don't want one eye to be more saturated than the other. You want it to be as even as possible. And then after that, I'm going to grab some of that brown shade on this Morphe brush. You can just use any fluffy brush you have. I strongly recommend Morphe. It is a really affordable brand. And I'm just going to apply it on the outer corners. My favorite way to apply eyeshadow in general is just like in tiny little circles and windshield wiper motions. I always transition back and forth to both of those, but that's what helps your eyeshadow look as blended as possible. And you just want to be moving your motion with your brush in that way. And you want to apply the same amount to the other eye. I think I dipped into the brown twice. That's what you see me look down a while ago, but yeah, so you want the same amount of brown on both eyes. I'm going to use this ColourPop shadow called Weenie. This is a rose gold color, and this is from Kathleen Light's collab. I really love this one. It's so affordable. I think it's like $5.
This color is going to
And it's
act as
gorgeous.
our
It'll definitely
lid
last you a really
color.
long time.
You can use a brush if you like, or you can just use your finger. I think I'm just going to apply it with my right finger. I'll just do it with this finger. This is the color. It is such a beautiful color, and you can just pat it onto your eyelid. You don't have to use Fix Plus because it's really pigmented already.
So with my finger, I like to dab some color, meaning just like tapping it onto your lid, and at the same time, I also like to swipe it. When you swipe it, you help the most amount of color really get onto the lid. By dabbing it, you don't get that much color. So I find it best to dab on the outer corners because remember we added that brown in the outer corner. You don't want there to be a harsh line because ColourPop shadows can create a harsh line if they're not blended, obviously, the same with any other shadow. So I find it best to pat it at the outer corners to help that shadow blend in with that brown. And so there isn't any harsh lines or anything like that. So it's better to swipe on the eyelid because you want that color to be there. So that's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to be using this Inglot gel liner to create my wing. I will insert a link on how I do this in the description box below. And then I'm going to use the They're Real by Benefit mascara. And I'm going to use the Lily Galucci lashes. This is the style called Diamonds. You can use any one. I also like Ardell lashes and Red Cherry. My favorite eyelash glue of all time is this House of Lashes glue. They have the black and the white, but I prefer the black, so it dries black. It'll look like eyeliner pretty much.
So here is a pair of one of the eyelashes I'm going to be using. I'm going to use the House of Lashes glue and coat it with mascara. Eyelash glue. Let it sit for about half a minute before you apply it onto your eyes.
I know some people like to use tweezers. I don't like using tweezers. I would just rather use my hands. It just seems easier for me that way. You just want to make sure that you're getting both the inner and the outer corner really glued onto your eyelid, because it's the worst when one of them is like falling off. So make sure that they're all glued on pretty much. And I did the same to the other eye. And then I'm applying mascara to help blend in the falsies with the natural lashes. I use the NW15, NW20 eyeliner, and then I'm going to use my Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara. So I love this eyeliner because it's like a nude color, and it's really going to help make your eyes look bigger and wider and pop out a little more. And then I'm going to use that brown color that I used earlier for the crease. I'm just going to apply it underneath. And then after that, I'm also going to use that orange brown color and blend it in with that brown color. You just want to use whatever you used on your crease underneath. You don't have to do this step, you can totally skip it, but I think it looks really pretty with the nude eyeliner. And I think, like in my personal opinion, it just helps complete the eye look a lot more. And then just make sure you really blend it out. After that, I'm applying my Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara. You can apply as much mascara as you want. I think this looks best when you're wearing falsies. It'll help pop your eyes even more, and especially with that nude eyeliner, it's going to do an extra pop. I'm going to use MAC Strip Down and my LA Splash lipstick in the shade Innocent Vixen, and it's a really pretty nude pink. And this is like one of my most favorite combos. It's just such a pretty combination. And I think that this color would complement so many.
So that's it for this look. If you end up using this tutorial for your prom makeup, then please tag me on Instagram. My link is down below. I would love to see the looks you guys come up with. And yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video.